2002 Stratomatic will be known for the Hotel California World Series as the American League champion Anaheim Angels took on the National League champion San Francisco Giants, because the 2002 season was known primarily, that's right, for this dude, the Rally Monkey. Because folks, what the 2002 season was the year of this guy, the Rally Monkey. He made going to Angel Stadium a happening, as around the 7th inning, and the Angels were behind. He was the rally hat for this Angel team. In the 2002 World Series, it was this guy, Francisco Rodriguez, a 20-year-old, the youngest pitcher ever to win a World Series game, also was the youngest pitcher to lose a World Series game. Hello everybody, STM is here, and I'm going to bring you another exciting edition of Stratomatic After Dark, as I'm bringing you another unboxing, another sorting of the 2002 out-of-print Stratomatic season. As you're looking at your pitchers and hitters cards, you're looking at probably, again, I put all the top war guys, the top 10 war guys, so you can take a look at. This guy is not in the top 10 war list at all, probably one of the worst, but this was when he debuted with the Angels, only pitched a few innings in the majors, and then the Angels activated him for the postseason, only to become an absolute stud and superstar. Francisco Rodriguez. Again, not much of a card, limited innings, couldn't use him a lot in most leagues. But the following year, if you kept him, you had a superstar on your hands. Also, we'll take a look at this gentleman. His name is Roy Doc Halladay. Another excellent superstar in this 2002 series. Excellent versus lefties, excellent versus righties. A little bit of a hold issue, but not much of a problem there. We'll continue taking a look at the cards here, as we again had Barry Zito. You heard about a guy who has reverse splits? There was Barry Zito, 275 versus lefties, 203 versus righties. Look at that card, folks. That card was primarily, it can devastate right-handers, probably because of the splitter, or probably because of the curve he threw, or the changeup to keep the righties off balance. If you have a righty lineup, Zito can probably keep that lineup controlled. He was also a -2 hold. So again, that was another big card in that lineup. Here's a guy who had probably his best season as a starter. He also had years as a reliever. He was a dominant too. Was Derek Lowe of the Red Sox. 200 against lefty, about 200 versus righties. 2 cards of absolute filth, and then a third column, no power at all. So an excellent card, probably one of the best ones in the set. Also, let's look at probably one of the 2 best starters in the set. God bless me there. Sorry about that. Is going to be Randy Johnson of the Arizona Diamondbacks. Again, a dominating card. Does give up power. Over 300, almost 300 strikeouts that season from the big unit, the left-hander. And then his companion from the 2002 Diamondbacks, Curt Schilling. Say what you want about the guy. Does he belong in the Hall of Fame as a ball player? Probably. Does Ty Cobb belong in the Hall of Fame as a ball player? Yes. Contrary to popular belief, does Ty Cobb belong in the Hall of Famer as a human being? Some say yes, some people say no. Curt Schilling, does he belong in the Hall of Fame as a human being? To me, no. He just says the most stupidest comments, and I'll just leave it there. Schilling, just to me, he just is out there. Too much for me. Too much for this sports time machine, I'll tell you right now. Let's look at the hitters on this group of 2002s. You had Jeff Kent, Superman himself, had a great season, top 10 in WAR for the San Francisco Giants, as you see. Absolutely obliterated left-handed pitching that season, 669 slugging. Keep that in mind, because Barry Bonds says, hold my coffee, look at my numbers. Let's look at Mr. Bonds here. Bonds, 976 slugging versus a lefty. He hit 384 versus a lefty and a 556 on base. That card you cannot get out against a lefty. I'm sorry. There's only a couple spots on there against a lefty. The righty ain't bad either. This was an absolutely terrorizing season, and it was not even his 70 home run season. Let's look at Andrew Jones. Not a really good, not a great card, but he makes up for it for the great defense. 1 E3 in center, -4. Has good power all over the place. Decent speed. I mean, he's in there mostly for defense, and he's got power. You can draft him if you want an up-the-middle guy to do that. Jim Edmonds, kind of didn't have a ton of at-bats, about 400 or so. But as you see, against right-handed pitching, had over 1,000 OPS. Very dangerous card if you were to get a draft league together, and he'd be a good center fielder. He still was a 1 with a minus arm and a low E rating. Again, very solid for the left-hand side. Vladimir Guerrero, the originator Vlad Sr., and as you see, the card versus righties, pretty dominant numbers, over 1,000 OPS versus a right-handed pitching. Great one spot. I expect that's what to see his son to look like next year for Toronto. Let's look at A-Rod. Led the majors in home runs. That's why the 2 column looks like that. 54 home runs, I believe he had that year. Overall, probably one of A-Rod's best seasons. 57 home runs, 142 RBIs, and he hit a solid 300. MVP season for A-Rod, and he was a 2E10. We also had Jason Giambi for the Yankees. This was the first year coming over from the A's. 4E7 at first, so you can still play him at first. Against a righty, yeah, not bad either, about a 1.1 OPS. Still against a lefty, not bad. About a 976, so he hit the ball well. Put him in the right ballpark, he can probably hit you a lot of home runs too. A lot of power on that 2, 3, 10, 11, and 12, all ballpark diamond shots. So again, you play it in a league that focuses around ballpark results. That's where you want to put Giambi's numbers on. We'll take a look also at Sammy Sosa. Not one of the top 10 in WAR, but to me a solid season. As you see, 733 slugging versus a left-hander, so it makes an OPS about almost a 1.3 versus lefties. We'll take a look at, of course, Jim Thome, one of the more solid players, just got into the Hall of Fame a few years ago. He was a 766 slugging versus righties, puts him at a 1.2 OPS versus righties, and you can see why with all that power in there. Manny Ramirez, again, not in the top 10 in WAR, but decided to put him in there. 438 average versus lefties, 534 on base, 822. That's a 1.3 versus lefties, 4 OPS. Manny's a great ball player, but 4E12 in left can cost you with no arm. Then you got the shortstop in Nomar Garciaparra, 2E27, solid year. About 900 both sides of the ball, so he kind of saves a lot of runs defensively. Good ball player, solid right-hand side of the card, and he has some good ballpark results. Last person, because he took Yom Kippur off, so he's kind of late on the picture today. Sean Green, excellent ball player, about a 900 OPS, both sides of the plate, good power against lefties, great power against righties, 3.4, 3.5, and 3.10. Those are your solid stars, ladies and gentlemen, of the 2002 Stratomatic set. Let's tell you more about the Sports Time Machine and what I'm doing. So if you have not seen it, I have started a 2004 ALCS Retro Replay. That is the Yankees-Red Sox, and please, folks, Game 1 was an absolute masterpiece, one of the best games I ever played, and was put on my channel. Please watch that. It's a long game, but watch it as a radio broadcast. You're doing something else. It's a wonderful game. I'm also doing a 1956 Advanced Yankee replay, and I'm also doing a 1976 Stratomatic Advanced American League replay. I'm using the computer for the Stratomatic for the 76. I'm using Ball Score and Ball Stat for both the 1956 season and also for the 2004 ALCS. Folks, we're about 10 minutes in. I try to give you 10 minutes every night as I'm doing my unboxing, my sorting. You're looking at my desk. I'm sorry about that. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much. This is the Sports Time Machine saying another night of Stratomatic overnight as you're keeping me company here at 4:30 in the morning, 6:30 Eastern on a Saturday morning. Have a good rest of your night, people, and happy stratting, everybody.